Hi guys. So I am here without the mask on, and I'm going to try to explain to you the movement of the moon, which is pretty tricky to understand. The first thing I want to explain to you about the moon, and I have this model here. This soccer ball is going to be the Earth, and this pool ball here is going to be the moon. Now, the moon doesn't move like the Earth. The Earth, we know, goes around the sun. Now I have a light over here, like a very powerful flashlight that's coming right at the Earth now, and it's giving us daytime here, and it would be nighttime back here, because we know the Earth spins on its axis. So when it's nighttime here, facing the sun, when it's daytime here, facing the sun, it's nighttime back here. Now, as the Earth orbits the sun and spins on its axis, we have its own satellite, the moon, that orbits the Earth. So it orbits the Earth, and it takes 30 days approximately to travel one time around the Earth. But when we see it at nighttime, it has different shapes. And sometimes we don't see it at all. So I'm going to try to explain to you why now. It depends on where the moon is in its orbit of the Earth. One thing you need to understand, the moon doesn't provide any of its own light. The moon is a reflector. It reflects the sun's light off of it like a reflector on your bike would. So, just like this pool ball doesn't provide its own light, it's not glowing, all it is reflecting the light of the sun. Well, when it's daytime, we don't see the moon because it's so bright during the day that most times it's very difficult to even identify what phase the moon is in. Now, sometimes we do, under hazy conditions, see the moon. But typically, we don't see the moon during the day. So that leaves only nighttime, when the Earth's spinning, that we see the moon. But here's the thing. When the moon's here, when it's between the sun and the Earth in its orbit, that's called a new moon. We don't see it at all. But as it starts to move in its orbit, it has different phases. And so when it's a little bit away around on its orbit, we call it a waxing moon. When it's a quarter way around, we call it a quarter moon. And then as it gets larger from a quarter moon, it becomes a waxing moon. That means it's gaining in size, and now it's a waxing gibbous all the way until we see one side. When we see one side, we're only seeing the side that's facing the Earth, and the moon doesn't spin. So the one side that's facing the Earth, when it's reflected at night, because we're over here and we don't have the sun obstructing us, we can see the moon at night. So if it's over here, we only see a sliver of it. When it's over here, we see more of it. And when it's right aligned, we see all of one half. But we call all of one half a full moon. And then as it goes around this way, it becomes a waning moon. So it goes to a waning gibbous, and then a last quarter, and then a waning crescent as it travels around. So the phases of the moon really have to do with how we see it at night and where it is in its position as it moves around the Earth. So the moon moves around the Earth, and the Earth spins and orbits the sun. We'll talk about this more with my mask off, and we'll also show it in the classroom on some videos. But today's lesson is the introduction of moon phases. So I kind of think I have a cool moon here. All right. Thanks.